because now we have entered the stage that a lot of people have gone to, but they don't come out alive because it's a very scary place. And it is, of course, the picks of the week. Good. Let me pull up his picks. So, here we go. Final week, final picks. No Thursday night game, so Amazon, you finally saved us from bad football. Good job, guys. You did it. You did it. 1 week's free, one Thursday free of bad football. But unfortunately, we are going to get bad football on Saturday because the Steelers are playing. It'll be the Steelers visiting the Ravens. Seth, he's taking the Ravens in this one. I'm just gonna agree because look, as much as I want the Steelers to add more chaos, I don't truly believe that they will do that. So I am going to take the Ravens because I believe in self-preservation. So yeah, give me the Ravens, give me the Birds. Also on Saturday night, we got the Texans visiting the Colts. Playoff chances on the line on Saturday night. Give me, Seth is taking the Texans. This is actually a difficult one. Because I want to just try to see if I can jump Seth in the record, I'm going to take the Colts because it's a difficult one. I'm going to be the contrarian. Gardner Minshew, more experienced quarterback. C.J. Stroud, obviously coming off the win against the Texans. Both these teams fighting for their playoff spot. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that either of these teams win. I think I'm going to give the home field advantage because we are raucous, proud, Saturday night, prime time. Yeah, give me the horsies. Come on. Up next, the Buccaneers taking on the Panthers on the road. Seth is obviously taking the Buccaneers because he has two eyes and can see. So, yeah, I'm going to agree with that wholeheartedly. The Panthers are not a real football team. I saw earlier David Tepper fined $300,000 for throwing that drink. I don't know if it was water or beer or pop or what it was. He threw something on some Jaguars fan. He got fined $300,000 for it. So he's $300,000 less rich, which I suppose is good in some way, but it's basically a drop in the bucket. Anyways, out of the game, Baker Mayfield playing really solid football. He's got a chance to make the playoffs again. He's got a chance to sort of revive his career. He's been playing in a weak division. He's obviously not, who he was with the Browns, but the Buccaneers are a pretty solid team, and the Panthers are just not a solid team. So yeah, give me the Buckies to win this game. Up next, the Browns visiting the Bengals. Seth is taking the Browns, and yeah, I'm just gonna have to agree here. The Bengals, they had that game against the Chiefs, and they blew it. They really blew it. I don't like the Bengals against the Browns in general. But for whatever reason, the Browns have actually played very well against the Bengals, even when Joe Burrow was there. And I think Joe Flacco he's playing too good. He's playing too elite right now. So give me the Flackinator. Is that his nickname? I just made it up. Give me the Flackinator on the Browns. Up next, the Vikings visiting my Detroit Lions. Seth taking the Lions. Of course, I have never bet against the Lions all season. I have picked them every single time. You can go back and watch, even in the preseason. Give me the Lions to win this one. I think the Lions are going to be incredibly motivated to win this game. The Vikings, they do not have a quarterback, so that's going to be pretty tough for them to win. They had something of a quarterback last time we played a couple of weeks ago, and he threw 4 interceptions. And this defense is going to be even better with Aleem McNeil, with C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. I think this is a Lions victory all the way. I think they're going to look very dominant, hopefully. So give me the Kitty Cats. Up next, the Jets visiting the Patriots in what I can only describe as a crime against humanity and goodness and hope and virtue and good. Seth is taking the Jets in this one, and I guess I will just take the Jets because I really don't want to take it. Can they take them both to lose somehow? Can they defy the laws of football and both lose the game? This is like if you took the two blind people, right? And you gave them double-edged swords, and no hilts on the sword. So they're just holding a bloody sword, like they're holding like a blade on their two hands, and they're also swinging it, trying to hit each other, and you're just like, oh, can one of them just die, and then we can just get them out of there and maybe get them stitches? That's what this is. Just two blind men with swords with no hilts, double-edged, just cutting into themselves until somebody dies. Moving on to the Falcons and the Saints. Seth is taking the Saints. I don't know. This is another you know what? Football terrorism. Falcons. I don't know. I know I was, talking crap about them earlier and how their offense is terrible, which is true. It is terrible. I don't know. Football terrorism. I don't know. Arthur Smith is going to finally decide to use Kyle Pitts and Bijan and, all their really good offensive players. I don't know. It's just going to... Things. Stop. I have no explanation. What do you come to this show for? I don't know. Up next, Jaguars at the Titans. Seth taking the Jags. I'm going to agree on this one. The Jags are technically the better team. I don't know if actually they're that much better, but I don't like the Titans' chances at this point. Obviously, they're eliminated from the playoffs. They really don't have much to gain. They might try to be spoiler and keep the Jaguars out of the playoffs, but with Trevor Lawrence coming back, I think it'll probably be a good game for the Jaguars, but I just don't know what I'm going to get every given week from Trevor Lawrence. I don't know. He's becoming a quarterback anomaly, and it's frustrating and sad, especially given how hyped he was coming out of Clemson. Up next, the Seahawks visiting the Cardinals. Little bird matchup here. Seth is taking the Seahawks, the birds of the sea. You know that a Seahawk is not a real thing? Did you know that? It's actually a made-up bird. They're lying to you in Seattle. They spread lies and do terrible things to children, I think, actually. That's not true. That's for the record. I will take the Seahawks as well. I was thinking about this one earlier. Maybe the Cardinals make it interesting. I think it's a little too risky. I think the Seahawks are playing for too much. They're playing for their chance to make the playoffs. The Cardinals are not. And as much as I do like Jonathan Gannon, the coach, I think that Pete Carroll is just a much more experienced head coach. I think this is going to be one of those games where Pete Carroll comes away with the win. They might not make the playoffs, but I think Pete Carroll's going to come away with the win. So give me the birds of the sea. Up next, the Bears visiting the Pack. Seth is taking the Pack, and you know what? This is where I will switch. Where I put my hope in a Packerless playoff for the second consecutive year, I am putting that hope beside reason and evidence. I know the Bears stink, but I also don't really believe that much in the Pack. Give me the Bears. I think Justin Fields is going to run all over that defense. I think he's going to give them a lot of struggles. I know it's not going to be a warm weather game. It's January in Green Bay. It's not a fun time. But I think that there is that distinct possibility that the Bears go out and pull off the upset. Look back the Lions last year doing it to the Bears then, or to the Packers then. So give me the Bears of Chicago. Da Bears. Chiefs at the Chargers. Hold on, wait a minute. I gotta use this drop. Hold on, where is it? Here we are. Oh, that is very quiet. Hold on, let's try that again.
Go Chargers, go!
That's about as much as they'll do because they are awful. They're terrible. The Chargers are not going to win this game. Seth, he is picking against his own team again. He is in total despair. I agree. I will take the Chiefs as well. The Chargers do not have a quarterback, so that is just no. It's not good. It's not good for LA, and it's not really great for the Chiefs either. If I was them. I would try. I don't know. You could go back and forth whether or not you rest the starters or not. I think there's something to say about benefit and gaining some momentum, getting some rhythm. I think it would be good for the Chiefs to try to figure out in this final week of the regular season, try to get some chemistry, try to figure out how to catch the football. And you're going to be playing against essentially, a team of misfit toys and a team of nobodies in the Chargers. So, yeah, give me the Chiefs. I think they're going to pull off the win here pretty easily. Up next, the Broncos visiting the Raiders. Seth is taking the Broncos to win this game. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take the Raiders. Again, Raiders are not good. Broncos are not good. Two really bad teams. The Broncos are going to be rocking with Jarrett Stidham. And the Raiders, I've seen them put 60 points on a team. I don't know how it happens. I don't know why, but dread it. I'm from it, the Raiders will somehow win a game they're not supposed to win. So yeah, give me the black and white, the Raiders, to win this game. Eagles at the Giants. Seth is taking the Eagles. I will agree as well. I think the Giants are not very good. I also think the Eagles are not very good. But the only team the Eagles have beaten down this stretch is the Giants. Now, granted, this time it's going to be on the road. It's going to be in enemy territory. You know those Giants fans are going to want to come out and support whoever's at quarterback. If it's Tyrod Taylor, if they're going to run it back with Tommy DeVito, which I doubt is going to happen. But I don't think that there's enough in the Giants tank to be able to win this game. Now, I'd love them forever if they did it, because it would keep our number 2 seed chances alive. But I don't think it's. I just don't think it's going to happen. So give me the Eagles. Up next, the Rams visiting the 49ers. This is a big game for seeding. Seth is taking the 49ers, and I will just agree. Look, the 49ers are one of the best teams in the NFC, certainly one of the best teams in football. The Rams are a fun team, but it seems like even when they were like really good, like in 21, when they won the Super Bowl, they'd always struggle against the 49ers. I remember, I think they went like 1-2 against them, something like that. Like they got swept in the season, and then they beat them in the playoffs. So I don't think the battle for California is going to go well for the Rams here. I think the 49ers are going to get the win here. It might be a little bit close because that Rams offense would score. And if the 49ers, offense is not clicking on all cylinders, it can be a little bit close, but I think the 49ers will come away with it. So give me the Niners. Up next, the Cowboys visiting the Commies. Seth is taking them boys. And look, as much as it pains me, I have to take them boys. Again, I would love nothing more if the Commies could do us a favor and just take out the Cowboys. It's not likely, but it is possible. But still, realistically, Dak is playing at an MVP level. CeeDee Lamb's one of the best, if not the best wide receiver in football right now. The running game is struggling, but their wide receiver room is just too deep. You got Cooks, you got CD. You have weapons. And the way Dak is playing, it's hard to beat them. Now, to be fair, the Cowboys are a different team on the road, but the Commanders have one of the worst defenses in human history. I believe, actually, it was said that if the Mongolians were to see that line of defense, the Mongolians would actually just not invade out of pity. And they tried to go around the Great Wall of China. So they know what defense is. I don't know where I was going with that analogy or that joke, but I hope it landed. Shout out to all my Mongolian friends, whom I have none. Finally, Sunday Night Football, Bills, Dolphins, the fate of the division on the line. Seth is taking the aquatic mammals, and I am going to disagree. Give me Bills Mafia, pulling off the upset, getting home field. It's going to be a cold, cold night in playoff football for Bills Mafia when they get to host a playoff game. The Dolphins have looked out of sorts. They're injured. Things are not going well for them right now. Meanwhile, the Bills, everything is going right for them. So give me Buffalo to beat Miami. I was trying to find a way to get the syllables matched up there, and then I was like, Dolphins has just 2, and that's not going to work. So wrap it up here. Steelers at the Ravens. We are both taking the Ravens. Texans, Colts. Seth is taking the Texans. I am taking the Colts. Buccaneers, Panthers. We're both taking the Buccaneers. Browns, Bengals. We're both taking the Browns. Vikings, Lions. We're both taking the Lions. Jets, Patriots. We're both taking the Jets. Falcons, Saints. Seth is taking the Saints. I am taking the Falcons. Jaguars, Titans. We're both taking the Jaguars. Seahawks, Cardinals. We're both taking the Seahawks. Bears, Packers. Seth is taking the Packers. I am taking the Bears. Chiefs, Chargers. We're both taking the Chiefs. Broncos, Raiders. Seth is taking the Broncos. I am taking the Raiders. Eagles, Giants. We're both taking the Eagles. Rams, 49ers. We're both taking the 49ers. Cowboys, Commanders. We're both taking the Cowboys. And Bills, Dolphins. Seth is taking the Dolphins. I am taking the Bills. And that is the picks. Final picks of the regular season. What a regular season it's been. And what a regular season it has been. Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.